From immortality to creating zombies, here are 9 incredible animal superpowers. Number 9. Hairy frog. This frog breaks its own bones to grow claws. Also known as the horror frog or the Wolverine frog, with good reason, it is located in Central Africa. Its name comes from the hair that grows on its sides. It's actually not really hair, but thin skin-like structures that protrude from its body that looks like hair. But what makes this frog so amazing isn't its hair at all. It's its claws. Its claws are made of bone that it can project through its skin by breaking its toe bones. When the frog feels threatened or under attack, it will push these broken bones out of its feet to produce claws. As the bone pushes outward, a bone nodule close to the outside of the foot adds a sharp point to the frog's bones, making them look and act just like claws. And unlike all other animals with claws, the Wolverine frog's claws are not covered in a protective coating of keratin. These frogs are attacking with their actual bones. A frog with similar superpowers was also discovered recently in Japan. Known as the Aton frog, it also conceals a retractable spike for fighting. Scientists aren't certain if the bones ever retract after they have broken through the skin, but considering the Wolverine frog's amazing ability, it's likely that over time the bones recess back into the foot until they are needed again. Number 8. The mantis shrimp. It might be tiny, but this little shrimp packs a massive punch. Even though they are only 4 inches long, they are one of the strongest animals in the world. The mantis shrimp have clubs they use to punch and destroy their prey. The shrimp has developed a complex muscular structure that actually winds up the shrimp's punching arm like a spring. When the shrimp is ready to attack, it releases the spring-loaded club with the force of a bullet shot from a .22 caliber gun. The punch accelerates over 50 miles per hour with a force of over 330 pounds. That's up to 2,500 times the shrimp's own weight. Scientists have to keep these shrimp in thick plastic tanks because their punch can easily smash glass. If a person could hit that hard, they could break steel. Besides the actual clubs, the force and speed the shrimp uses to attack creates bubbles that are so strong that they act like a shock wave, stunning the prey first, then knocking it down. In essence, a mantis shrimp punch acts and feels like multiple hits, even though it's just one stroke. In order to punch that hard without breaking their clubs, mantis shrimp have a special shock-absorbent core called a Bulligand structure. This keeps small cracks from breaking completely, and researchers are trying to imitate this structure to design thin, light materials strong enough to stop explosives. Number 7. The immortal jellyfish. Known as the Benjamin Button of the sea, these tiny jellyfish transform from an adult back into a baby, and they can do it over and over again. They are barely visible to the human eye, with an adult jelly reaching an average of 4.5 millimeters, about the size of your pinky nail. What makes this animal so amazing is the fact that it can live forever. They can live and die per usual, but if they sense some kind of crisis like starvation or physical injury, the immortal jellyfish can transform all of its existing cells into a younger state. The jellyfish turns itself into a blob, then a polyp colony, which is the first stage of jellyfish life. This colony can spawn hundreds of genetically identical jellyfish. Because of their ability to change their cellular structure, scientists have been studying the tiny jellyfish in hopes of helping people who suffer from cellular disease. This continual cycle of regeneration or self-cloning is what makes the jellyfish, in essence, the only known animal known to live forever. Number 6. The Malaysian exploding ant. The fire ant might have a painful sting, but just wait until you meet its cousin, the Malaysian exploding ant, also known as the kamikaze ant. The Malaysian ant looks like a regular ant, but the soldiers carry a deadly weapon. The ant has poisonous sacs from its mandible to its abdomen. If it feels threatened, the soldier ant will contract its muscles and literally explode, spraying the poison on its enemy by squeezing itself to death. The poison is like a glue to their enemies. When the ant explodes, the poison and the dead ant are permanently stuck to their attacker, who may then suffer a slow and painful death. If it survives, it will probably stay away from these ants in the future. The soldier ant takes its job very seriously. Scientists have witnessed the kamikaze soldier ant leave the safety of its colony and run off to protect not only their home but their foraging areas. This ant is the only known animal in the animal kingdom that will protect its kind from so far away through self-sacrifice. Number 5. The mimic octopus. Just like its name suggests, what makes this octopus special is its ability to mimic other creatures. It will take on the colors, shapes, and movements of known predators in order to travel safely around. It has been known to mimic up to 15 different animals, including jellyfish, eels, sea snakes, dragonfish, sole, mantis shrimp, and stingrays. The mimic octopus is highly intelligent, and it has found a way to fight off threats it may come across by learning how to act like its predator's predator. For example, when moving into an area full of deadly damselfish, deadly for it will mimic a sea snake because it knows that the sea snake is the damselfish's worst enemy. Scientists say that the mimic octopus is the only known species to mimic more than just one animal. What is even more fascinating is that the octopus doesn't only take on the shape and color of other animals, but also its movement. It will sit with 2 tentacles in a prayer position to imitate a mantis shrimp, lay flat on the ocean floor to mimic a sole, and it will scurry about sideways to act like a crab. Number 4. The platypus. The platypus is known as one of the world's strangest and cutest animals. The platypus is a 3-foot-long mammal found in Australia. They have a tail like a beaver, a bill like a duck, and a body like an otter. They are only one of 2 mammals that lays eggs and live without a stomach. The platypus has special folds of skin that, when they are underwater, fold over and cover the animal's eyes and ears. But even without the use of its eyes or ears, the platypus is still able to catch and locate its prey. It does this through a process called electroreception. Though electroreception is common in fish, most notably sharks, the platypus is the only mammal with this 6th sense. There are large pores on the platypus bill that detect electrical fields. Because all living things have an electrical field, the platypus is able to use this electroreception to its advantage. The platypus can detect different levels and movements of electrical fields and differentiate between them. If the platypus's bill is stimulated by the small shock of a shrimp, it will follow that field to get to its prey. But if the platypus detects something larger and more dangerous, it can swim away before being spotted. Despite being super cute, the platypus is known to be aggressive, and males can be extra deadly thanks to poisonous spurs located on its hind legs. Number 3. The parasitoid wasp. In between a predator and a parasite lies the parasitoid wasp. Over 100,000 different species of wasps are a special type of parasite that helps to control pests from getting out of control. What makes these wasps so successful is their ability to zombify their host. Their venom blocks the chemical octopamine that controls the insect's motor functions. Once the host is zombified, the wasp can do whatever it wants with the newly made zombie. The wasp lays eggs inside or on top of its host. When the larvae emerge, they begin eating their host alive. Each species of wasp chooses a different type of host, like caterpillars, ants, bees, ladybugs, flies, cockroaches, and even spiders. Other wasps lay eggs inside their host but do not zombify them. In these wasps, it is the eggs that control the host. When they hatch, the larva will stay inside the body. Instead of building a cocoon, they continue to control their host as they develop, using it as a bodyguard for the cocoons. Then, when the larva is fully developed, it bursts out of the host body, just like Alien. Number 2. The naked mole rat. This subterranean rodent native to East Africa can live up to 30 years. While it may be ugly, Science magazine chose this animal as Vertebrate of the Year because of its resistance to pain and cancer. The mole rat is practically blind and uses hairs to navigate through the tunnels. They have 2 long and sharp front teeth located outside of their jaw directly on their face. This helps the animal dig through the tunnels without getting dirt in its mouth. They live in a eusocial society where the mole rats are ruled by a single queen like an ant colony, which is very rare in mammals. They have a substance on their skin called hyaluronin, close enough, that helps with cell replication and elasticity, making it resistant to tumors. Scientists have been studying the naked mole rat in hopes of finding a cure for cancer. Along with the research into the animal's cancer resistance, it was discovered that the mole rat is impervious to pain. When the animal is born, it develops a strong amino acid chain that runs through its nervous system, inhibiting the animal's neuroreceptors from feeling pain. And now for number 1, but first be sure to subscribe and join the Origins Explained family. Number 1. The tardigrade. The tardigrade, aka the water bear, is considered nature's toughest animal and is impossible to kill. The larger of the species can reach a millimeter in size and in the right light can be seen with the naked eye. Tardigrades are small aquatic creatures that can be found almost everywhere in the world and are considered the cutest invertebrate. Inside these tiny beasts, we find anatomy and physiology similar to that of larger animals, including a full alimentary canal and digestive system. Their superpower is their ability to survive super extreme conditions. Scientists have experimentally subjected these creatures to minus 272.95 degrees Celsius, otherwise known as absolute zero, for 20 months, and then to 150 degrees Celsius. They have been subjected to more than 40,000 kilopascals of pressure and dangerous concentrations of carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, nitrogen, sulfur dioxide, and still they return to active life. In 2007, they went aboard the U.S. shuttlecraft the Endeavour, where the animals even survived the burning ultraviolet radiation of space. When faced with extreme conditions, tardigrades can dry out completely, replacing almost all of the water in their bodies with a sugar. As a result, they're able to survive environments that would otherwise kill them. Once the tardigrade senses it is in a safe place to live, it will plump back up by absorbing the water around it. It's through this reabsorption process that the tardigrade grabs genetic material from its surroundings. 17.5% of its genome comes from other species. Thanks for watching. Click right here for more videos and see you next time. Bye!